Today I'm trying out our TEFAL Easy Fry air fryer oven grill and rotisserie, cooking a pork joint. So I've sprinkled some salt on the joint, but I've left out the oil just for a healthier option. Always place the drip tray underneath before you start cooking. The rotisserie equipment has a handle, has a bar that you push through the meat and a fork for each end. You always make sure that the fork is pointing inwards on both sides so that you can stick it into the meat. And both of the forks also have a little screw on each end so that once you've attached them and they're in place, you can tighten the screw so that the forks don't slide up and down the bar any longer. So it means that the meat is really secure when it's turning around in the oven. So as you can see, I've put the second fork on once the middle bar is in place in the meat. Screwing it to tighten it on, and it's all ready to go in the oven. You can use the handle to lift up the meat once it's on the rotisserie bar. Like this, place it in, always put the left hand side into the hole that's in the side of the oven first, and then the right hand side of the bar rests on the attachment on the right hand side. And close the door and you're ready to cook. So you switch on the oven, press the menu until you get to the meat option, and then you can use the arrows on either side to adjust the temperature and the time. So I'm cooking this for 25 minutes on 200 degrees to start off with. Switch on the rotisserie button to make sure that the meat turns, and you can also switch on the light as well so that you can watch the meat cooking or check on the meat halfway through. The light does go off after a little while. So you can see here with the light on that the meat is turning and the drip tray is catching the fat and the oil that's coming off. So when there's a minute left, it counts down and then it will start beeping to let you know that it's done. Those flashing lights show you that the rotisserie option and the light option are both on. So there we go, that one's done. Open up the door and you can see that the meat has had a good cook for that first blast at 200 degrees. So I'm going to take that out and rest it for a few minutes whilst I just get these oven chips ready. I'm going to pop those in. So they are just hand cut sweet potato fries from a sweet potato that I've peeled and chopped, put them in the drip tray at the bottom, moved them out of the way so that it's not in the way of the meat whilst it's turning. And I've cooked those at 165 degrees for 40 minutes along with the meat. So the meat still has room to turn, as you can see, and the chips will cook nicely at the same time. So 40 minutes later, the meat's looking nice and crispy. It will have a little bit longer at the end, but I'm just going to take that out and rest it whilst I make some vegan Yorkshire puddings, because I have an egg and a milk allergy, so I can't have normal Yorkshire puddings, but this is for a roast dinner. And I'd like to try them in the air fryer just to see how they go, how they work really. So there's the meat resting. It's looking pretty nice there, isn't it? I do use a meat thermometer to check my meat. This isn't quite ready at this stage. I've used some silicone cake cases, put some oil in there for 4 minutes at 200 degrees just to get the oil hot enough for the Yorkshire puddings. So they'll stay in there for 4 minutes. And when they're done, I'll take them out. Don't forget to use the handle and the oven gloves. And then I've mixed my batter. I'll add it to the oil, into the cake cases, and then back into the oven. I did then decide to switch the trays over just in case the Yorkshire puddings did decide to rise, because they are quite near the top there. So I put those a bit further down on the bottom and then put the chips, tried them at the top, but there wasn't quite enough room. So I've put them back underneath, but a little bit lower down. So there's a bit more room there now. And as always, don't forget to use an oven glove and the handle attachment so you don't burn your hands. The meat went back in 200 degrees for 20 minutes, and there we go, all ready. We've tried a chocolate cake, chicken. The door is also dishwasher proof along with all the attachments. Please do give this video a thumbs up.